Okay, so officially welcome. So excited you're here. This is our Wellness Warriors Team Zoom. The date is Tuesday, August 12th. And I know hopefully we'll still have some more people hopping on, but I was telling the ladies that we're here, we've got like Stacy and her local team doing a floating sound bath in Detroit area. And I just wanted to shout them out for doing live events. And if you guys haven't been paying attention, those live events that Stacy and her girls have been doing there locally are really creating momentum, right? Raquel Fast started senior silver. Nicole's almost senior silver, like working towards that quickly. And that's because they've been doing live events consistently in that area. So if that's a message that you need a reminder of, that live events really have a lot of power to build your business and to help you develop leaders, then there's your reminder. Also, our Las Vegas team is excused tonight because they're having a live event in Vegas, which I would be there if it weren't for this. So we actually teamed up, and here's another idea to add to that about live events. Those of you that were at convention, hopefully that really spoke to you, how powerful live events can be, especially when you do them consistently in the same areas. So I teamed up. I used to do this when I lived in Vegas. I teamed up with Katie Baird, who is a Sapphire ambassador there, and she lived in Henderson. And I had contacts, in North Las Vegas. I had lived there for 10 years, and so we collaborated and did events together. So now, after we did two events last month, we decided we got to keep this going. So we are going to be doing, she's hosting an event in Henderson every single month area, which is, a certain part suburb of Vegas. And then because Vegas is so big and people won't travel more than 30 minutes typically to come to an event, we're also going to be like finding a venue in the Southwest, and then we've got some options in the Northwest. So we're going to be rotating different locations, but like consistently having monthly events there. So I just want to encourage you guys to do that. And if you don't have like anyone local on our team, there's a possibility maybe you can find someone to link arms with even outside of our team that would do live events with you. And it's only a matter of doing them consistently and being excited about it until you will have a local team to do them with you, right? So I think I shared the inspiration that got me back into like, okay, we're scheduling this Vegas event was Angie Ambrosetti, and she just like exploded her business just over a year ago. In fact, like she was, and I don't want to say she was stuck at Emerald because that's a really great place to be stuck at. But she had been Emerald for 6 years, and she started doing live events in her area. She actually does one a week. She does them weekly. They have like the same venue every single week, and she'll like her whole team gets involved. They bring in like a local non-plexus topic to share that's beneficial to people, and they just invite. And those events like started out really small. She said sometimes they wouldn't even have any guests show up in the beginning. But they got to where they had as many as 100 people in one event at a time. And she ranked Sapphire quickly, and then she ranked Diamond the next month, the very next month. Like that's almost unheard of. And it's because she was consistently doing in-person events. So I didn't mean to even like throw that in there, but like it's something I'm excited about right now. And so I just want to encourage you guys to do it. And don't be afraid that you don't have the experience or the testimonies or whatever it is that you need. Like these can be done in such a simple, basic way. And those are almost, I've found, the most successful ones, even just like in-home events and just making them super casual. those can be like super low key and super, super awesome. So anyways, on that thought, welcome. It is the second Tuesday of the month. So that means we have a testimony highlighted and we have a product highlight. I had someone lined up to do those and they had kind of a a last minute emergency. Everyone's okay, but last minute we're going to shift gears and we're just going to be spontaneous. I know that there's a lot of people here that have a health testimony, and I know together we know a lot about different products. So look how fun and simple this can be. I'm just going to ask for a volunteer if anyone wants to share a little bit of their health part of their testimony. If you haven't shared in a while, or if you're just feeling it and you're like, I got to share this thing that, you know, I'm feeling excited about sharing. Amber, let's hear it.
I just have
Thanks,
to
friend.
tell you, I just have to tell you that for my daughter Liz has been having um just overall muscle spasm kind of stuff. Like it was waking her up at night, and she climbed in my bed and was like, you could feel her muscles just twitching all over her body. And so I had her take some hydrate, talk to her about, having her increase her water, and then we had her take the bio cleanse. And um between those couple things in a day, all of that calmed down. And then last night she came to my room, she's like, I just ache. So then we gave her some, stuff, and she was able to actually sleep all night and feel so much better. But she's like, Mom, that hydrate really helps. I can feel how much it's helping me recover. And then the bio cleanse magnesium just totally calmed everything down and helped her system reboot. So that is kind of like the product testimony I have for today.
I love it. Oh my goodness. So, do you think it was like a dehydration thing, an exhaustion thing that she was struggling with? Do you have any idea what
I
triggered it?
think it was. I think the trigger was dehydration because she is a soda pop drinker. She loves Mountain Dew or Dr Pepper is what she really drinks mostly, and she doesn't hardly drink any water. And so, it's just helping her restart getting back on her products. And she just really has the testimony now that magnesium can really help your muscles recover and work the way they're supposed to. And so BioCleanse was amazing for her.
I love it. That is so awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Awesome. Okay, anyone else have something they want to share, a health win? Or maybe you have a new VIP who's had some awesome health wins? Anyone think of anything? And I'm sorry, but there's a face here that I don't recognize. So I just want to who is joining us in the cozy armchair right there with the beautiful lighted curtains behind you. I just want to know your name.
Gina Johnson.
Gina, hi. Oh, are you Linda's friend?
Yes, I'm Linda's
Hey!
friend.
I'm so glad you're here. This is your first team call, right?
No, it's my second. I was here last Tuesday.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I totally should have recognized.
That's fine. I've got clean hair this time.
Yeah, I love it. Well, welcome. Okay, product highlight. What product should we highlight? Let's just pick one and everyone can share if they know anything
I was
fascinating.
going to share something that might be beneficial to a lot of people and a lot of people probably know this, but it's just something that I play with a lot there. So I had acid reflux was one of my big parts of my story, and it's sometimes rough getting off of all the meds and everything like that, but it's 100 times worth it. Like it's so worth it because as you know, when you're going through die off, there's peaks and valleys to it. It kind of comes in waves and don't really know. But even myself, which I just got a message from Plexus today, it's 8 years. Actually, I think it's the end of the month is 8 years.
Today
But I
is
got
8 years?
I think it's the end of the month, but I got my letter
Your
today.
email.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I got my
yay.
perk my perk gift. But anyways, what I was gonna say is I I have to change my ProBio all the time. I know that my ProBio has to go back up whenever I just start to have a little bit of a, oh yeah, it's coming, and that tells me to go back up. So I always tell people, especially who have acid reflux, I'm like, you'll play with it all the time. Like I'll go back up to 4, and then I'll go back down to 3, and I'm fine. And I go down to 2, and I'm on good 2 for a long, long time. And then all of a sudden, you can just do anything to throw your body off or whatever. And my body goes, yeah, we're coming back. And I'm like, okay, let's nip this in the bud. So I just thought that would be a really good reminder to everybody. Once you have a schedule, you will probably change it the rest of your life. I know people on BioCleanse tend to change it a lot, their BioCleanse a lot, but ProBio is one of the other ones I find I change a lot. So I just thought I would give that as a little tip.
I love that. That's
Oh,
super.
the other one I'll tell, the other reason I can tell you, and Megan will love this, and I'm afraid to stick my tongue out at you right now, but it's not bad. I will notice my tongue is coated, and that's for me a sign that I need to up my ProBio too.
Mm-hmm.
Because for the longest time I had pink, 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 pink tongue, and then I notice it starts to coat a little bit, and I'm like, okay, that means Candida's coming back. So that's when I up my ProBio too. So that's a visual thing you can also do.
Love that. Yeah, so I actually like to tell people after I've been working with them for a while that you'll learn to listen to your body, like your body will tell you what it needs. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? That have been here for a while. But yeah, so like a lot of times if I know I'm going on vacation, then I'm gonna take an extra bio cleanse just because I know that like when I'm out of my routine, and sometimes I'm not eating like this as I typically would when I'm home, then I'm just going to need a little boost of BioCleanse whenever I go out of town. So I'll do that. And so that's something that I think it's really cool to just point out because maybe that's something that some of us that are newer would have not realized that you'll learn to be really in tune with your body and it will let you know what it needs. So that's really cool. Thanks for sharing that, Carol. Okie dokie. Well, let's jump right into our training portion of tonight, which I'm really excited about because you guys, I feel like, especially after convention and having the Icon Club launch and like, coming back, everyone was in momentum and everyone was excited. And like, there's all these different options of different things that we can be sharing and it just kind of like came to a head where people were reaching out and they were like, well, I don't really know what to say or what to do, even people who had a lot of experience. And so it kind of like pulled me back into I guess we need to revisit this, and here's a cool thing for me is those of you that know me well or like that I'm just kind of getting back into momentum with my business. And so what I found is I just naturally, as I started conversations, it just felt so natural to go back to what has always worked the best for me, which is the boards that I use. Like that's just it feels like my safety blanket, my binky. It's the one that always works and it's so simple, because we've got all these new ideas. And even just this last week, we had a great new option shared with us from Sarah Robbins. If you jumped on that call we were promoting with Brooke Hemingway, like there's always something new that you can try. But this is my like go-to that's always worked. And so I did like show a few different options last time and I encouraged everyone pick one. You know what I mean? But what I want to do tonight that I realized would take it even next level is this is what's going to get you to the developing silvers board because it's not going to really be that beneficial to a lot of you showing you what to do when you have someone that's open to sharing the opportunity. If you're not that successful with starting the conversation with people and getting them to make the sale, right? So tonight I'm going to show you step by step this simple, super simple board that I have called Sales Flow. And it is something that anyone can use, whether brand new or whether you're super experienced. And this is also inside that one board that I made for those of you that don't want to pay for boards and you just want to use one free board. We do have one master board called, it's called,
Sorry to interrupt. I don't think that there are any free boards now.
no, you can have one board for free
Okay.
without an account.
Are you sure? I thought they changed it.
Yes, I do know people even as of this month who are using one board that aren't paying for it. So unless they changed it like in the past week and I didn't know, then that's a possibility.
Does
Lynn, you don't pay for an account, do you? And you have a board that you use?
Yeah, I use the product highlights. I had three and I deleted one because I was trying to get the one that you were sharing. But once I deleted that one, that's all there is.
No, but I'm saying you don't pay for an account, right? And it still lets you use one board?
It's true. That's true.
Just confirming that.
And does everyone have boards? Does everyone have access to this? Because on last week, I asked because I know on last week's call, there were some people that were feeling overwhelmed because they don't have boards. And so I just wanted,
okay.
Yeah, that's why.
That's a good place to start then, actually. Thank you for thinking of that because I just assumed everyone kind of knew what it was at this point. But okay, so Boards is an app. You can use it on your computer, you can use it on your phone, and it's really user friendly. And I can say that with full confidence because I am not a techie person and it's very user friendly for me. So I'm going to actually share my screen and show you what the Boards app looks like. And it's so you can get a free version of Boards where you can have one board. Okay. I'm going to encourage you though, if you really like what you see, you might want to consider paying $12.99 a month to have access to more boards because I can show you some other boards that you might really like to use regularly. And it's $12.99 a month to have like as many boards as you want, I believe. And the cool thing is if you're paying for it, you can take a board that you like and you can copy it and then change it however you want so it feels more like your own wording or your own style. And then you have it in your own words. So these are my words. Okay, I wrote these and maybe you'll love it how it is. And you can, the cool thing is once you use one of my messages, like all you have to do is touch on it and it automatically pastes the whole entire message in a text or in a message if you're on Facebook Messenger or whatever. And then you can go edit it before you send it. But if you want to have your own Boards account, you can copy my board, paste it into a new board, and like reword it exactly how you would love it the most. And then it's just like, there's no hesitation with, you're saying it exactly the way you want to on every single message. So I'm going to share this. And can I see Zoom at the same time? I guess maybe, yeah, let me see if I can. Oh, there you are. It moved you over to the other side of my screen. Okay, can you guys see this clearly? Yes, okay. So what I want to show you is my sales flow board. That's where we're going to start from step one, okay? This is where you can start the conversation and then we easily flow right into the developing silvers after the sale is made. But this comes even before that developing silvers board, okay? And if you want this simplified leading with the business one, let me stretch this so you can, I don't know if that makes it look bigger to you. Maybe it doesn't, and I don't think we need this. This simplified leading with the business, this has multiple different boards that I've put in folders in here. So you'll see the sales flow in here. You'll see developing silvers in here, starting regimens and sub messages, 5-week follow-up, the perfect 10. There's a lot of good stuff in this one board. If you're just wanting to try it out for free for a while, go for it. And maybe this will work for you forever. Like if that's all you want, then just get boards and use the free version. And you can copy the link that I'll share for this board and you can have access to it. Okay. Let me show, here's the thing. I want to show you how it looks we're going to go back to sales flow because this is where we're focusing. I want to show you how easy it is to use boards, but I actually don't know how to paste. I don't have the keyboard on my computer. I always use it on my phone, except for when I'm showing it like this. So I'm just going to show you. Is there a way I can show you on my phone? I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but I want to show you, okay? So Michelle, she is someone who I am in a sales flow conversation with right now. In fact, I've sent her a cart and we're discussing that cart right now. So I'm just going to show you my phone and I hope I can get it where you can see it. Okay, here's our, come on, focus camera. Is it going to? Come on. There it is. Okay. So you see I'm in a conversation right there with Michelle. Now, let's say I'm going to send her a new message. So right here where I type a new message, I'm going to touch on that. And then you see this little keyboard. It looks like a world, but like a funny looking little world with lines through it. Or I should say a circle with lines through it. Wait. Was that the right one? Hang on. It's weird to do this backwards. Okay. I hope I can. No, why is it doing that? Boards, come on. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I touched it and it brought up all my boards right there when I touched that little circle. Now I'm going to choose which board I want and I'm going to go to sales flow, which is right. Let's say it's that one right there. When I touch it, it opens the sales flow board, which is the same thing you're looking at on your phone. Oh, did you see that? I touched one of it and it automatically pasted that message into my thing. It didn't send it, it just pasted it. So now I can go and I can edit. I can add their name right there at the beginning. I can edit it any way that I want to. And then I just push the little send button and it sends it. Okay. And these are all in order of the way I want to say what I want to say. Okay. So that's how boards works. Now back to the screen share. So here is the sales flow board. I'm just going to show you two super simple reach outs that you can, like anyone can use. Okay. These are more actually for someone that's already like been using Plexus and maybe this person knows you sell Plexus. If not, you can just change it up a little bit and you can honestly make it so basic. So for example, this one that I opened, it's called just simple reach out. It says, hey, and you could add their name right there when you paste this. And there's some options. I hope your summer, you can write summer right there, is going well so far. How was your family vacation? I saw you went to Big Bear. You may have already seen my posts, but I wanted to reach out personally and ask if anyone has taken the time to share Plexus with you yet. You could end it right there. But you can also share if you'd like. I started because I was struggling with constipation, blood sugar issues, and fatigue. And I just didn't feel like myself. This has helped me so much. And I no longer struggle with any of that anymore. Any chance you have any health issues or areas you'd like to see improvement in? You notice either way, if we end it right up here or if we add on the second part, we're always ending with a question. So, so important on any type of conversation or follow-up response. Always, 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 always end with an open-end question, right? So, so important. Okay, then here's another example, generic basic reach out. Hey, break the ice with something personal. Oh my gosh, I saw it's back to school. Your kids' pictures are adorable. I can't believe how big they're getting. I wanted to reach out because I'm clearly obsessed with Plexus and I don't think we've ever had a conversation about it. Have you ever tried it? I would end it honestly right there. That can be one of the best reach outs ever. That simple, right? Or you could add, if you wanted to get a little more, like share a little bit, you can say, not sure if it's for you, and you can totally say no without hurting my feelings, but I have to put this in your ear because it has changed our whole life. Or you can say it has changed my health in big ways, or whatever it is for you. I really believe in the power of these gut health supplements and this opportunity if there's interest there. I think that you may really love it too. Any chance you're open to some info? So there's just a generic one you could use. So when they respond, Carol, do you want to be my responder? We'll just do this real time. Thanks.
Sure.
All right, Carol, I just shot you this message. Hey, I don't think we've ever had a conversation about it. Have you ever tried it?
No, I heard about it.
Okay, so guess what I'm going to say next? I'm going to say, now this one is, you can change the beginning of it. This also works for a three-way message, okay? I'm big on doing three-way messages with my new VIPs. And so I made this so you can like really use it either way. So this is more like in response when they plug me into a three-way message and they're like, meet my friend Amber. She'd like to know a little bit more about Plexus. Then I always respond this way. I would love to help. Are you open to sharing your main health goals and struggles? Which of the following symptoms do you relate to? If this is someone that I'm talking to directly, Carol, for example, and she just said, no, I haven't, I would say, awesome. I would love to tell you a little bit about it and see if it could be something you could benefit from. Are you open to sharing your main health goals and struggles? Which of the following symptoms do you relate to? And then I send this right away. Now, any ideas why I love to send this graphic and get it in their heads so early on? What do you think? Because odds are 95% of the people that I'm talking to are going to see some things on here that they're dealing with, that they're like, oh, wait, this can help me with that. This
I
can
think,
help.
Whitney, I was just gonna say, I always like to say, like, this is really was really eye-opening to me when I first started, like seeing this chart and having all these symptoms. I think it's really important for them to see them right off the bat because, like, what gut health helps, it can help me with, brain fog, it can help me with sleeping better, all the things.
Yeah.
So
So right away, right, just like that early in the conversation, just them seeing this, even if they ghost me for the rest of the next year
Mhm.
and they don't respond to my follow-up, they saw this and they know, oh my gosh, Whitney has something that could help me with my brain fog and my anxiety and my constipation. Okay, well, I'm not interested, but that's going to be on their mind. I promise. Okay. So I like to show that so early on. And I always typically once they see that, it's kind of going to really pique their attention or pique their interest because they're like, really? Asthma? Like this could help with my asthma? I've been on medication my whole life for asthma, right, Megan? So I want to get that in their head right away. So then once they respond, look, this works for anyone. You can totally make this fit for no matter what. Carol, what were you struggling with again?
Acid reflux.
Okay. I'm so sorry that you're struggling with acid reflux, Carol, but I'm so hopeful that these supplements will change that for you as they have for so many others I know. Would you like to see some testimonies related to what you shared to asthma, or do you want to jump right into what helped them? I could give you a couple different combo options based on your needs at different price points if you'd like.
Sure.
Okay. All right. I will tell you this. Do you guys understand? Have you ever heard of permission marketing? This is like a sales pro technique. I just gave them 2 options to choose from. And so what happens? They feel like they're in charge and they're leading the conversation and they're making a decision, right? They get to make the decision. I'm not forcing info on them. I'm keeping it really simple, but they're leading the conversation, right? Okay, so Carol, you want some different options for asthma. So I'm gonna go, what's the next board? Look at this. Send 2 combos, good and best, at different price points. So since Carol is struggling with asthma, I know ease is going to be super helpful for her. So I may want to do triplex and ease to start. That would be a really good option, right? Or I could also just suggest 3 bottles of ease. So that might be my smaller option. And then the bigger option would be triplex and Metaburn. Now there's not a combo for 3 bottles of ease. So I can just send her some info on ease and say, it could be really helpful to start with a loading dose of ease. Here's a little bit about that product. You want to do a loading dose of 3 or 4 bottles to start. So that would be a good option. Or this might be even better. Where did it go? There's a triplex and ease here somewhere. So then I'll send this one. Gives just a little blurb about what that combo is about and what the products help with. Super cool, super simple. And don't go, this is my recommendation. This is what I find works the best, okay? The faster you go through this conversation and the less information you share, the more likely they are to order. The more information you share, it slows the conversation down and delays the conversation and drags it on. And then they're more likely to talk themselves out of it, or maybe their husband or significant other or their teenage child will talk them out of it, if we keep that conversation dragging on. So right here, I'm just going to go straight into, you notice how fast we went from Carol, have you ever heard of plexus, to, oh, here's 2 different combos that have helped people I know with asthma, right? So I just sent her those 2 pictures for those 2 combos. Now I'm going to go back here and look, I've got exactly what to say right here. Cost breakdown of 2 combos. These are US, so you can change it however you need to, but the basic message is, and you can, if there's a sale at that time, you can always add that in. You can edit this however you want to, but this base message is really, it'll work most all the time, okay? So with both of these 2 combos, Carol, you'll get your supplements at wholesale discount, plus you'll get a free water bottle, $25 in free product credit, and whatever, if there's something else to add or whatever. Also, whichever pack you decide on, I pride myself on being able to help people get their products paid for, because we never want cost to get in the way of your health journey. You notice that little sprinkle? I didn't ask them right then if they're interested in sharing. I just threw it in there as an option that made it really simple for them to understand that, oh, if I'm a little stressed about coming out of pocket, then Whitney's really good at helping me get this paid for. So that's an option, right? Super cool. So the first option would be this amount of money, or the larger value pack. I always call the larger pack the value pack, is discounted to blank, which would give you all of those products to give you the best jump start with the fastest results for, and then you can change it to whatever their goals are at the biggest discount. So that would be best if it's doable. Then we can adjust your future orders to accommodate just the most important basics if you'd like. Do one of these options sound like a good fit for you, Carol?
I like the best value.
You're a smart girl. That's why we're friends. I love it. So then, perfect. Let me go ahead and grab you a shopping cart link for that. So hopefully you guys you're all familiar with how to make a shopping cart. If you're not, it's super simple. You literally go to, I thought I already had something in my cart, but let's go. Okay, so Carol, we're gonna go to combos, and I'm gonna pick that combo you chose, which will say it's this one, but it's not really. So either way, we're gonna add that to the cart, and then we're gonna go to the cart. We're gonna view the cart. And then we're gonna click this little button right here. Where is share a cart? Did I put it in the wrong place? Okay, anyways, you get the idea. You make the cart, you share the cart, you add the link, you put it in the message, and then you send this. Okay, Carol, there's your shopping link. Your promo code is already entered for you if you have one. If you don't, delete that sentence. You'll want to give it a minute to load, then select keep selected items in cart. Also, for the referral link, that's for you to refer people with if you choose. So just use your name, lowercase, no spaces. That confuses everyone. Oh, and make sure you don't opt out of a subscription because you get $25 in free product credit for that. I can help you adjust it later if you'd like. Reach out if you have any trouble and let me know once you're done. I'll check in soon if I don't hear back, okay? So what did I just do? I gave Carol a link, and she knows I'm going to be checking, like she knows that she can reach out to me if she has any trouble with the link. And I'm going to be checking back in soon if I don't hear from her. So I gave her some direction, and she knows there's a time frame, or I'll be following up soon, right? So that is so brilliant when it comes to getting them to make that purchase quickly. All right. So also, let's say, Carol, let's say you're hesitating. What's your hesitation? Tell me.
Can't afford it.
You can't afford it? I get that. I totally understand that hesitation, Carol. The cost, which is almost always going to be cost, was also a concern for me when I first started. We do have some smaller combo packs at a lower price point. I just wanted to get you the best results as quickly as possible. That's why I suggested that deal. Would you like to take a look at a good option at a lower price point? Also, if you're open, I would love to help you take advantage of our generous referral bonuses immediately and grab a few friends that want to get healthy with you. I and many on my team have never paid for another order since that first order. Just 3 friends or family referred will give you over $300 in friendship bonuses. Would you be open to me helping you take advantage of that so you don't need to come out of pocket for what you need, Carol?
Sure.
Sure. Either way, she says yes or she says no, right? If she says no, then we're going to look at some smaller, more affordable combos, okay? If she says yes, we're going to move right into like the developing silvers board as soon as we determine. I mean, obviously she has to order, but I will tell you, I have had people that they wanted to order, but they couldn't pay for it for a week or two till payday. And so I said, well, we don't need to wait. we can go ahead and start working on getting you some referrals. So by the time you are able to order, you can have 3 friends ready to order with you. So you know you can be earning money within that first week or 2 to get reimbursed back towards that. So I have actually had that work successfully before, just so you know, it's an option. So anyways, here's the cool thing. Let's say Carol orders, okay? We got 4 minutes left. So Carol places her order. Then I'm gonna send her a message that says, Carol, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Thank you for trusting me with helping you with this. That I don't take that lightly. So do you have or what's your availability for a quick 15-minute phone call in the next few hours or the next 24 hours so we can go over a few helpful things before your goodies arrive? Carol, do you have 15 minutes?
Oh, sorry,
in
I
the
forgot
next
you're talking to
24
me.
hours?
I'm free after dinner.
Perfect. What time would that be for you?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock? Perfect. I got 15 minutes at 7 o'clock. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call Carol at 7 o'clock. Make sure you keep that appointment. That shows them you're good for your word and they can trust you, right? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to call Carol and I'm going to keep it to 15 minutes. I'm going to respect her time. I told her 15 minutes. So in that 15 minutes, I'm going to be like, hey, Carol, and maybe if you guys want me to, I can demonstrate a 15-minute onboarding call for you. Just the things I cover. It's really honestly so super simple, basic. So I'm going to say, Carol, thank you again for trusting me with this. I am so excited for you. I truly believe that you're going to experience what you're hoping and get some relief from your asthma. I have friends that I know personally who have been, they're no longer on medication, breathing so much better. And I know you can experience the same thing if you're willing to be consistent and allow me to coach you and cheer you on. We're basically partners, especially for the next 2 or 3 months until you get really comfortable with your regimen. And everybody's just a little different, so sometimes we might need to tweak things here and there, or try something just a little bit differently. So it's really important that there's a lot of communication between us. Is that cool? Also, so my job is to make sure you have the best experience possible with your products, right? That's my first goal. So we have some resources that are going to be really helpful for that. First of all, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to go through all the things. And then after, at the very end of the 15 minutes, as we're coming up to the end, I'm going to say, and Carol, last but not least, this is honestly my favorite thing that Plexus offers, and it wouldn't be kind of me as your friend to not let you know about their incredible friendship bonuses. The cool thing is Plexus knows that statistically you are going to have better results if you have a few friends doing this with you. So they offer really generous referral bonuses for you to grab just a few friends and family to get healthy with you so you can have the best results and you don't have to worry about coming out of pocket to continue and have the best experience possible. We have a few really simple activities that are really effective to help you find some accountability friends. These activities, they're not pushy or salesy whatsoever, and they hardly take any time at all. Is that something that you would let me help you with? Would you be open to that?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay. So the first step is so super simple. So here's what you do. Then we jump right into the Developing Silvers board. Okay. So I basically just presented this to Carol. Here's one that you can read. And I'm sorry I didn't read it and we're out of time, but read it yourself. So that's what I said in my own words, basically, but it's all right here in this board, in the Developing Silvers board. Exactly what I just said to Carol for the most part. Then if she says yes, I'm like, oh, awesome. Okay. The first step is super simple. It's just a quick shout out on social media. I have a couple post suggestions you can choose from. Okay, yada, yada, yada. So I'll send you those. I'll be watching for your post. Do you think you could get that up in the next 15 minutes? So what I want to tell you before we go, I know I'm out of time. This is all in order. You can't mess it up, you guys. From presenting the referral program is step number 1. Number 2, if they say yes. Number 3, first post. Number 4, once they post. Number 5, who do you know? Number 6, contact list. Number 7, once the list is done. Number 8, initial reach outs. Number 9, once they start reach outs. And then you guys, everything you need is right here in order. You literally can't mess this up. Here's where I see people messing it up though. Even if they're trying to use this board, here's where they mess up. They don't walk them through it fast enough. That kills the momentum. It kills the excitement. It kills their confidence, and they stall out and they stop. So this is meant to go boom, 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 boom. I would literally ask Carol as soon as she said yes, can you throw up that shout out on social media in the next 15 minutes? I'll be watching for it. Okay, great. So Carol knows she's got 15 minutes to get that up. Most of the time they do. If they don't, then she knows I'm reaching out. Hey, so are you struggling with getting that up? Do you need help with anything? Whatever. And then, you know what? If you don't want to do a post, that totally doesn't matter. We can move on to the next step. So then I'm going to move on to the next step. So right after, and like once they get that post up, which you're watching for 15 minutes, like within 15 minutes, you immediately move on to step 2. You do not wait to see if anyone comments in their post, you guys. No, 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 you don't. You don't want them sitting there like all nervous, like, oh my gosh, people are gonna, you get them busy on the next step. And that shows them like, this is just what we do. This is just how it works. And they don't have time to sit and be nervous about it. So moving through fast, 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 fast. And that is the most successful ones I've ever gone through. I've had people go silver within 24 hours, you guys, honestly. And those were the people that were like, I gave them an action step. They did it. I gave them the next action step right away. They did it. Boom, 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 boom. Silver in 24 hours. I kid you not. It works. And I just want you guys to see this is here and it works and it's simple and you can't really mess it up. So if you want to use boards for free, I'm going to share the link for this simplified leading with the business board. All you do is you click on the link. It'll have you enter your email address. Then you'll have access to that free board. If you love it and you're like, I want to see more of Whitney's boards or other people's boards, whatever, then there's other things here that I could share that you might like. Or if you want to make the board your own, that's a good option too. So anyways, yeah, that's what I got. You guys are excused if you'd like, but does anyone have any questions? If you want to stay and ask any questions, I can totally take questions for a few minutes too.
I've been looking for boards on my computer on the App Store. I tried to find, I do have it on my phone, and it does have a, I don't know if it's
It doesn't go on the computer. It doesn't.
It's a website,
Yeah.
right? Is that what you were going to say, Carol? Sorry, I totally interrupted you because Monty's like,
No, I don't think you can use it on, like, you can't use boards on the computer.
yeah, it's a website though. So it's at apps.boards.com.
But do you just copy and paste it? Because when you're typing, you can't add in your boards when
Yeah.
you're typing.
So I haven't tried to use it to actually send messages. This is the only time I use it on my computer is
I'm gonna
showing.
give it a try right now.
But yeah, it's much more user friendly on your phone for sure.
I do have it on my phone, and it's saying $5.99 a month for 12-month annual, which is less than what it was this afternoon. So I clicked on continue, and I get the message that I can't purchase in apps. I don't know, it's not saying it now. But
Okay, message me privately and I'll help you with that, Linda. Okay.
so
It's only $5.99 a year if you pay the whole year up front, by the way.
right,
So,
71.98.
yeah.
Which That's the one it was when I looked at it this afternoon, but it's an
Awesome.
I don't know how to get around this in-app purchase. So yeah, if you can help me with that. But I saw you do it here on the screen, so I wondered if it was also available on the computer.
No, I mean, you can look at it on the computer, but you would have to copy and paste the messages yourself. They won't work like they do on the phone where you just touch it and it automatically pastes.
I just tried it to make sure because I thought you were saying you could, and I'm like, I can. I'm trying it here.
All right, we have a birthday party to go to and we need to leave, so I gotta go. So message me, Linda, okay? You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Bye.
Bye, Whitney.